bless me, my witches, for I have sinned. It's been 3 weeks since my live stream, and the gods are mad. Oh, goodness gracious. I hope. Yeah, nobody's made it over here yet. Hold on, hold on. Oh my God. So I'm going to hang out here for just a couple of minutes. Oh, somebody made it over. Say hi. Say hi. That was the biggest cluster, you know what, ever. Ever. Allie, you're here. Yay. Welcome, darling. I'm so glad you're here. Oh my God. That was something else. And then I started getting really upset and clumsy, and it slowed everything way down that I was trying to do. That was insane. I have no idea what happened there. Hi, Roxanne. I'm so happy to see you. I'm so happy to see you. I'm so happy that you guys hang around when stuff glitches and, wait to find out what happened. I really, really, really appreciate you. It's been a time. It's been a time. After our COVID exposure over like the second weekend of August, third weekend, whatever it was, nobody got sick. Thank you. And at least none of my family got sick. And but I went out and had fun for 2 days in a row on that weekend, so I got clobbered, of course. And then I kept getting re-clobbered and couldn't really figure out what was going on. And then it finally hit me that I had a UTI happening, which hasn't happened to me in literally decades. So I had a hard time figuring out what it was. Fortunately, it seems to be under control now. I have a headache, though, just to start off right. You know what? Hold on one second. Sudafed, because my headache's like right here. Looky though, it's September. Yes, it is September. Things are cooling down. This weekend, I think on Saturday here, it's only going to get up to like 61. So excited. Hi, Sam. Yay, I'm so glad you're here. I'm so glad everybody's here. How have you been doing? Intensely heavy energies over that new moon. That was insane. We had that Uranus going retrograde. We had Pluto stepping back into Capricorn and the new moon all at the same time. And it was heavy, and it's still heavy. And now I remember I forgot to clean my glasses. Oh my God. So, hold on. We haven't seen each other. Oh my God. We haven't seen each other in a while. It's going to take us a little bit to get going. Hold on. Let's try this instead. I think my pant leg is going to be better. Oh, that'll have to work. Oh, I am so untogether. I couldn't do makeup tonight, as you saw by the 2 decks. I am not doing a full night tonight, and please help me stick to that, because, and by full, I mean I can't do 2 hours, because there is something I would like to do on Saturday, and if I overdo it tonight, I will not be able to. So I appreciate your help. Got my Gatorade. All right. So yeah, check in. How have you been doing? How have you been weathering? I put a community post up today asking for prayers and healing energy for, it's actually several people that are going through big life-altering challenges right now, health challenges, Two of them are having surgery tomorrow on the same day. They're two members of the same family. They're having surgery on the same day. Um, it's just been really intense. Like, when hasn't it been intense? And the thing that I want to acknowledge is even this wonderful wave of hope that we've been through is stress. It is stress on the system. And we don't only have that wave of hope, we have like big other icky, awful, and very American things happening on top of it all. So heartfelt sympathy and empathy and anger in support of the people in, is it Winder, Georgia? Again. And you know what consoles me is hearing the candidates on our side being able to full-throatedly say, we need gun safety role, we need to ban assault weapons, we need, we've had to tiptoe around them for so long. So it is really good to hear these big, whole-chested promises to protect our children. Roxanne, 102. Oh my God. That's insane. I have to say how incredibly lucky we have been where I am. When we got to like end of July, mid-July really, and they were saying that we were in a severe drought here, and things were kind of tan, but not, not turning brown. Things weren't shriveling up. The crops were doing fine. And then we got lots of big soaking rains one after another, bring the water tables back up. And, don't know if we're out of a drought, but everything's green and lush and wonderful. And we've only had, I want to say, a couple of days where it was even up into the 90s. So once again, I am absolutely thoroughly grateful for this amazing area that we live in, and that it has been so relatively stable. Let's have a blessing, huh? Let me smaller myself. I'm not going to take myself completely out yet, but I will smaller myself a bit. Hi, Marcy. Welcome, my dear. So good to see you. How are things out west and elsewhere as far as fires go? I haven't heard that. I think I did hear that there were a couple going in California. And in light of all of what that all of us are going through, I offer you this sacred smoke. By air and fire, may you be purified and inspired. May you be charged to action with clear vision. May you be fired up. So mote it be. Let's put you back there, and let's put you back there, rearranging everything. My whole thing is clean here, so I'm very happy about that. And by water and earth, may you be blessed, healed, made whole. May your dearest, fondest wishes be manifest. May you enjoy good health. By the sound of the bell, let's give it a... Let's put you guys over here. Let's do this, and let's do this. I have room. May your space be clear. May your mind be clear. May you be an open, spacious vessel for spirit to enter in. So mote it be. I have discovered the secret to the singing bowl, and that is the more it starts to hum, the slower you go. Works for me. Guides and guardians, allies and ancestors, we welcome you here. Take a moment to just feel them coming close. Whether you know who they are or not, whether you've worked with them or not, I just want you to open up and feel a supportive, connected spiritual presence come close to you. And feel gratitude going out from your heart to these wonderful beings, and we offer you fresh water. We offer you the fire of Azrael. Here's the thing I did. I got this, and I have a whole big jar full of fire of Azrael. I bought the ingredients in May. So that tells you the kind of run it's been, and I finally got it made. Yay! All right. Pardon me. Gatorade to the rescue. All right, Samantha says near fires in California that were on the what? There's a heart in my way on the news yesterday. Oh. There's the headache. There's the headache. Yeah, I get headaches like I'm not getting enough air. Hold on. I'll be right back again. Bottle of air to the rescue. If you guys don't know about this stuff, this brand is Boost, but a hit of pure oxygen. It's amazing, and it's helped us a few times. Anyhow, let's have a meditation, huh? I'll bring myself up into the middle. All right, kick back for a second. Let me rearrange things here so my brain will settle. And settle back into your chair, settle into your skin. Claim this moment. Claim this moment, this time and space. And be fully present. Let's just bring your mind to this place. Hold on a minute. Oh my God. A hair in my shirt, which my brain will not be able to function until I get rid of it. Okay. Into the body. You see how hard of a time I'm having doing it? Yeah. All right. Into the body. Let's keep trying until I get there. All right. So feel your skin. Feel the temperature of the air, the quality of the air. Is it moving or still? Is it damp or dry? Feel where your clothing is touching your skin versus where there's no clothing. Feel the bottoms of your feet and your palms. And if you're having trouble coming into your body, just kind of pick little spots to focus on, like your elbows. Feel your elbows and your collarbones. And as you feel all these parts of your body, just allow your consciousness to sink more and more into that physical body. And as it does, allow it to sink down to the level of the root chakra. And as you place your attention there, feel it vibrate and tingle and open up as a root of energy goes down into the earth. And as it opens up wider at the top, narrower towards the bottom as it reaches into the earth, allow everything you don't need with you right now to drain out. All the detritus, all the waste of the energies that you have experienced, that you've processed. So many things happen to us and we have a reaction to it, and it kicks off processes in our body. And once we've processed energy, there are leftovers. There's a waste product. So allow all of that waste to go down the root. Do not be afraid you're going to let go of something you need. You can't. All right? Trust your body. And as all of that starts to drain, feel yourself begin to relax from the top of your head, moving down across your face, down the back of your head, your jaw, all of those tiny, tiny muscles. You could spend a lot of time on your face just relaxing because there are so many muscles. And the strongest ones in your body are in your jaw. So let them relax. And let it travel down into your neck and your shoulders. Let those trapezius muscles at the top of your shoulders, let them relax. Feel that diamond from the back of your neck out around your shoulder blades and down to your spine. Feel that whole diamond just release and relax. You feel your shoulders resituate themselves, your neck realign. And let the relaxation flow down through your chest, through your solar plexus, through your mid-back and the top of your belly, down through your low belly and low back. Let your butt muscles relax, down through your pelvic muscles, down to your thighs, the tops of your thighs, and all the muscles in your crotch, let them relax. And let it pour down your thighs, your knees, your calves, your ankles, your feet, your toes. The same with your arms, all the way down to the tips of your fingers. Just let it all relax. And on the next exhale, see what happens if you breathe out through every inch of your skin. And you can inhale through your skin. And now letting the last of the things that are waste go down, down, down into the earth. You see that root as hollow, and it begins to attract earth energy into it. And that green gold sparkling energy flows into the root and begins to fill it up and rise in a spiral. Rise, rise, rise. Green gold sparkling spiral comes and connects with the base of your spine and floods into your body, rushing down your legs, which also feel like hollow vessels for this green and gold energy to go rushing down and then up into your pelvis. Rising, rising, rising. Up into your belly, up into your torso, your chest, mid-back, upper chest, up it goes, past your shoulder blades, up to your shoulders, and rushing down your arms to your fingertips, rising up through your neck and head, and just watch it go. Countless little pairs of green and gold flashes spinning around in your body and spinning as a group in a big spiral. This double spin, little individual ones and a big spiral, clearing out, creating space between your cells, energizing that space, cleansing that space, bringing healing energy to surround every single cell in your body, and let it penetrate those cells and surround every single atom, and not just surround, but it goes into the atoms. This is quantum energy, and the inside of an atom is like infinite space. And just feel yourself expand. Allow this expansion to break up every last little bit of tension that might remain. And that tension, being heavier, immediately drops down into the earth. And now exhaling. And on the next inhale, bring up more of that earth energy, green and gold, louder, brighter, hotter, warmer, flowing, glowing. Release only the breath. And again. Brighter, turning it up, release only the breath. And again. So bright, exhaling through the crown. Watch it rush down around you, making a beautiful green and gold umbrella over your head that flows down around into an egg or a sphere, a container of shimmering, living, vibrant earth energy. Coming down, down, down around you on all sides, touching the ground beneath your feet, sinking down to hug that root and back down to the earth where it came from. Feel this wonderful circuit, let it flow. And now reaching up through the crown. And you feel blue and silver, little pairs of blue and silver flash, all flowing together in an opposite spiral, pouring into the crown, pouring down through your head, through your neck, shoulders, down your arms to your fingertips, down through your chest, down through your belly, down your legs to your toes, and down the root into the earth. And when it touches the level of your egg, your sphere, it rises back up. Around the outside, joining with the green and gold, blue and silver, rising up into the heavens, lifting you up as the earth energy is pulling you down. Safe and secure, light and airy, relaxed and energized. We can hold all of these energies at the same time in perfect balance. Into this space, invite your own guides, guardians, allies, and ancestors, your gods and goddesses, to be present with us here tonight and in these readings. Bring into this space all of your troubles, your questions. Speak them out into the space around you. Release them from your heart and trust that an answer will come. Now bring your consciousness back to this space. Bring your mind back here. And let's take a look at the decks we have. I don't even have to put them in a different place. I uploaded today an unboxing of Wisdom of the Wild Things Oracle, and we're using it tonight. It is so sweet. So very sweet. So once we're done here, if you like it, you can go look at that video. And then we have the new Palladini Tarot, another beautiful deck. And let me come back here. Okay. Oh, Marcy had said the city of Palos Verdes in California is sinking. There are cracks in the streets. Houses are crumbling. It's a disaster. Yeah. There was all kinds of stuff back in the, was it the 60s or the 70s about California sinking in the sea? That land is not done out there. It's still cooking, you know. Hi, Al. Much love to you too, sweetheart. I'm so glad you're here. Let it flow, as above, so below. Inward, outward, let it flow. Yes, indeed, Samantha. Thank you, darling. All right. Let's have some Astro Dice. See what they have to tell us today. I feel naked without a mountain of decks, but you know, there's 495 of them right there. And actually there are several of them over here too, just because my security blanket, my whoopee. We have Pluto in Taurus in the 4th house. Wow. Okay. Let's just start with Taurus in the 4th house. Taurus is your values. Taurus is ruled by Venus. It's about your senses, your physical senses, and the appreciation of beauty in terms of your physical senses, in terms of what you can taste, smell, touch, hear, and see, right? That's and the 6th sense as well, as opposed to Venus ruling Libra, which is about beauty that you perceive with the mind. It's an air sign, right? Taurus is an earth sign. So this is about beauty we perceive with the senses and the body. And the 4th house is domestic. It's at home. It is our security. It's our base, you know, emotionally and physically. It's the base. It's where we take care of ourselves. It's where we feel ourselves nurtured. And we have Pluto here. You know what Pluto is? It's death and rebirth. It's transformation. And Taurus as well, with the 4th house, can really be talking about actual real estate, physical real estate, the home you physically live in. So it's this home as well, although 1st house is the body. But it, you know, your body in your home. And that, you know, Taurus in the 4th house is about having a home that pleases your senses, that has everything you need as far as that goes. And Pluto, we know, transformation. It's inevitability. It is earth-shattering, like literally earth-shattering. Big, 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 permanent, inevitable, deep change. Deep change. Okay, let me see. I saw some more messages. Tavia, darling. Earthquake, Pluto in the earth, in the foundation. Right, exactly. Shaken. Earth shaking. So we can also look at it as, you know, domestic in our own homelands. There are certainly huge things changing everywhere. And with Taurus, it is about the practical and access to all of these things. And let's look at them. Okay. Taste, having food, and food that tastes good and nourishes our bodies. Touch, having clothing that keeps us warm or shields us from the sun, right? And walls and a container that we can have the climate that we want in it. I mean, that's really if we go down bare bones, just to shelter us from weather, right? Hearing, so that we can fill the space with the sounds that we love to hear, that bring us peace and make us feel good. Smell, a clean home, a home that we can, burn lovely things that delight our sense of smell. Vision, having light to see, having glasses. Glasses that make me able to see. What a wonderful thing that is, right? So it is earth shaking, but it is about the basics, our value system around how we live and where we live, and radical changes around that. So, this is definitely bringing in the political, the radical changes being somewhat leveling of that playing field. And we can level the playing field at the same time as we allow for competition and success and achievement, right? It doesn't have to be a forced thing, but to make it so, the radical change needed so that we have the basics that we need to be able to call a place home that actually nurtures us. I'm going to put myself over here. That's where I'm used to being, in the corner. I didn't have a family that put us in the corner. Wait, I'm going to make myself a little bigger there. There we go. We didn't do the corner thing. My family didn't do punishments. It did silent treatment. That's what my family did. Okay. Alrighty. Let's, I don't even have to do, let's just start here. I don't even have to do dice. Let's start here. And with this lovely, lovely, lovely little deck. And now you're doing that funny thing. Why are you doing that funny thing? See, watch the video. Just watch the unboxing. And give it another shuffle. Hi, Catherine. So good to see you. After so long. After so very long. All right. So tonight we really are looking at what we need to do right now. What does Spirit want us to know? How do we care for ourselves so that we can care for each other? There was a video that went around. It was Reels on Facebook, and it's a party game where they separate these lines, men and women, and they have a hula hoop, and they have to stand in a line, not a circle, but a line, holding hands. And then they give, the first dude a hula hoop, and without letting go of hands. So the whole thing is you have to keep holding hands in the line. He has to put himself through that hula hoop, and you've got to, they were timing to see how long it took for them to pass the hula hoop all the way through. So every guy had to wiggle himself through, and, while holding hands with the next guy. So the guys in the middle, are holding a hand on each side. And it was funny to watch him, a guy, the hula hoop gets here and he's holding his arm up like this because he wants the hula hoop to go down on that guy's head. And it's like, dude, it's not going to work. But, they get through it, and it was like 30 some seconds. And then it's the women's turn, and they hand it to the women. The first woman gets herself through the hula hoop and then holds it. And the rest of them just go doop, 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 doop in a line. And there is the difference between independence and interdependence. Because and I can't remember what it was, but some freaking pyramid in school, as far as culture and stuff goes, and it might be as far as psychology goes. And in our country, we are so focused on independence. And, to the point where we got to a place where moms, you don't want to hold the baby with the bottle. You just prop the bottle up, let the baby learn to hold it, But interdependence is the highest level. And look what we have here. Protect your boundaries. Okay, that harkens up to here. But also, interdependence depends on healthy boundaries. Otherwise, we get codependence. What's the difference? Codependence is the boundary is fuzzy. Oh, sorry, it's golden hour, and there's sunlight hitting the tree trunks through the leaves, and it's ruby red, absolutely beautiful. But codependence says, I am you, you are me, I'm responsible for your feelings, I have to take care of you before me, I have to, there's no clear communication, it's all hints and hints and tips and no direct communication. Versus interdependence being respect, first of all, respect of I acknowledge your humanity as equal to my humanity, and I acknowledge that we each have the same rights as human beings, and also I rely on you and you can rely on me. It's that mutual trust, right? Perfect trust. Perfect trust says, I will do anything that you ask of me because I know you would never ask me to do something that would hurt me or go against what I believe, go against my person, So anyway, protect your boundaries. Allow anger. Laughter heals. Get untangled. Oh my goodness. Cultivate story. And remember the whoopee. There's the whoopee. Okay. Oh my God. This deck is so good. There's a number of cards, and I call them out in the unboxing video, and a number of cards that made me go, I have to have this, and yeah, so many of them. That's one of them. So I talked about protecting your boundaries, allowing anger. In healthy relationships, there is room for anger because anger is expressed in a healthy way because we know how to express it. Okay? We deal, first of all, with the energy. We deal with the energy ourselves. This is my anger. It's mine to deal with. And if you are just like, to where you can't form a sentence, you should not be going to the person you're angry with to express, right? Because you're just going to blah. And it could look like, oh God, you're really angry with me. Yes, I am angry. I will talk to you in a bit. I can't approach this now. I have to deal with this. I'll be with you in a bit. You go, you deal with your anger, right? And then you come back. All right. This happened and you said this. And to me, it sounded like you were saying da 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 da. And that really tripped me because of is that what you meant? Or just stop there, here was the incident. And then you allow the other person to say, that wasn't at all what okay. And then you talk. And of course that relies on the other person being truthful about what their intent was. Not, oh no, it was just a joke. Oh, I was just joking, not gaslighting, but okay. Or, okay, I get that. I get where you're coming from. I'm really sorry. I did not at all mean it that way. And I'm sorry that you're angry. I'm sorry I made you angry, and that this is how we work it out. But we have to allow it. In a lot of systems like that, maybe there's one person allowed to be angry. One person carries the anger for everybody, and nobody else is allowed that emotion. And then we have laughter heals. So when we allow anger to arise and be processed, we can get on the other side of it and look at it and go, okay, wow, yeah, I way overreacted. That's, everybody can go through their healing process. And I'm going to go to the book because the writing is so wonderful and it is so readable. There's only a paragraph for each one. So here, every creature needs boundaries, but boundaries in and of themselves are not enough. They need to be protected. Tooth and claw, axe and dagger. Call upon inner fierceness to guard your boundaries and protect your space. Snarl, growl. You're allowed to be feisty and fierce when protecting your boundaries and personal sovereignty. There's a time and space for compromise and cooperation. Now is not that time. Take an Aikido class, learn fencing, take up an activity that helps you understand and embody warrior stance. It's not about physical defense, it's about embodying the energy of protection. You have plenty of empathy. Compassion and understanding come easily to you. Now practice the fierce art of defending and protecting. Invoke fierceness as your ally. All right. Then, and I want to say something here. Healthy boundaries probably, a very small amount of the time look like fighting or defense. So I have a little bit of an argument with that card, because healthy boundaries can just look like not taking the bait. Somebody drops a triggering comment and you go, none of my business, and you let it roll, Or it can look like, no, I'm sorry, I won't be able to do that, without justifying or explaining, right? That's a boundary. So it doesn't have to look like you're going to war, like you have to, suit up in your gi and take a stance. It doesn't have to look like that. So boundaries are knowing how far you will go, right? Okay. Anger's fire is fuel for change. Too little fire and we risk becoming listless or depressed. Too much and we risk our peace of mind being consumed by wrath, or worse, bitterness. The invitation, resentment, that's Pluto. The invitation in this moment is to find the creative power in your anger. The creative power in your anger. Anger is a sacred fire denied to many of us. We're encouraged to be compliant and agreeable even when it's not in our best interest. What change can you invite? What injustice can you transform into justice through giving anger its voice? Allow sacred fire to have its space. Feed what is no longer vital into the fire so that it can be reborn into new life. Okay, I was thinking about something here. Let's see. I was thinking about bitterness and resentment and the creative power in your anger. It's really interesting, too, to just look at patterns of anger and stuff depending on who you are. I just learned recently that having to be pissed off in order to clean the house is an ADHD thing. I don't do that anymore. But I used to. That, when the house needed cleaned, I would just ramp up a big piss off and use that energy to clean the house. Anyhow, you don't have to do that either. But you can channel. You don't have to generate anger to get something done. But when anger does show up, you can channel it into something creative. Hold on, I'm going to brighten myself a little bit here because I'm looking dark. There we go. All right. It's a little better too. There we go. It's a dance. Okay, now we have laughter heals. I mean, what else can you say about that? Laughter is medicine. Take a strong dose right now. Go watch your favorite funny movie or hilarious reels on the internet. Indulge all forms of hilarity right now. Yes, go look at toddlers swearing. Go find videos of toddlers swearing. You'll laugh your ass off. There's so many compilation videos out now that will have you cry laughing. And I highly encourage you to do that, maybe even first thing in the morning, to start your day with that chemistry in your body, because it is a chemistry. Giggle, snort, cackle, roar. Bonus points if you pee a little bit. The cells in your body are begging for rejuvenating laughter. It opens up your chest. You breathe deeper. It's wonderful. Whether you're facing an uncertain health report, a troublesome relationship, an anxious beginning, or an overwhelming ending, or simply the malaise of boredom, it's time to laugh. Your resilience will bolster. Your ideas and creativity and energy will revitalize. Until they do, laugh. The average 6-year-old child laughs 300 times a day. The average adult only 12 times a day. Indulge those endorphins, be 6 again. That is one thing. My family is all about the laughter. We bring humor into everything, and not inappropriately. We love to laugh, and we have a good time with each other. So, okay, I'm going to take a minute and catch up with messages because I see them scrolling by. Okay, let's see here. A reminder too to change your live chat. Well, how did it change back to changing top chat to live chat? Because I've already missed some things. Good gravy. All right. Pluto. Also, values being shaken up, hypocrisy revealed. Yes, absolutely. Okay, that's what I was missing. I saw Samantha say, I like that one too, Tavia. Thank you. It's like, I only see one comment by Tavia. So thank you, Catherine. I'm so glad to be here. Saw that video. Which video was it, Roxanne? Oh, the hula hoop one? Yeah. Kali mode, Kali Ma mode. Kali Ma mode is healthy. Okay, now I want to go back to exactly what we were talking about, but in its place, of course, in its place. Are we talking about the defense? Boundaries, yes. Kali Ma mode when it is necessary, but when you are in interdependence, in a healthy culture, whether that's your family culture or your national culture or your global culture, we learn not to come at each other. I think that was my point there. Okay, let's see. Right. Apparently. Allie says, cleaning up the house naturally pisses me off because nobody's willing to help me. And worst of all, I start to sweat. Oh, honey, I know, I get it. Yeah, I totally get that too. Although, I have to say I am absolutely blessed with a partner that does pretty much all of the cleaning. I clean the bathroom up here and I clean our space in here, and that's pretty much all I do, and he does the rest, and he runs the vacuum too, and the litter boxes and the dishes and the garbage, and I am so blessed and so grateful. Samantha says, well, just start throwing out everything that belongs to other people who aren't helping you. Yep. Here you go. Okay, now the next one is Get Untangled, and I want to show you, look at this book. Look how beautiful. So I think it's the Witch Oracle, WITCH, has the poetry in it. Look at this. Look at this, you guys. They're so sweet. Okay. My partner is a star. He really is. He's autistic too, maybe ADHD. We're not sure. He's never gone for diagnoses because he doesn't do that kind of thing. But he's an Aries, and he's a wonderful guy, and he has his own, PTSD and issues and things, and he's my guy. Okay. Maybe he heard me talking about it just now. I heard somebody in the hallway. All right. Get untangled. You find yourself tangled in the weeds, and I love the sunniness of this card. Look at the flowing, shiny hair. It's gorgeous. You see no clear way forward. Everywhere you turn feels restrictive. The number of decisions and task lists feels impossible, smothering. Hands up. Who can relate to this? All right. Stop trying to solve, and for beast's sake, don't stack. Stacking is when you layer one unsolvable situation onto another, and before you know it, you're tangled in overwhelm. Here's the rule for detangling. When you can't get to joy, get to relief. Forget about solutions or completion or fixing. Just find the nearest thought that brings you relief and follow it with some kind of action. This is brilliant. One thought at a time, one tiny action at a time, Your mind will begin to make more room for possibilities. Your only assignment right now is to find what brings you relief and pursue it. Okay, so I have been under this mountain of stuff. And we're not hoarders. Everything's got its place. But we've got like a huge stack of books downstairs that we're getting rid of, but they're sitting there because I haven't been able to get to them. And all the craft room stuff, drawers full of stuff that I haven't opened the drawers in years, literally. And I want to go through all of these things because I can't just my Virgo brain has to go through them all, because I know there's some wheat in that chaff. So what I managed to do, and I can thank my guides for this, my guides, i.e. me, because I couldn't find my moonstone. This is I want to show you guys this moonstone. This is my crown jewel. All right. Now you see there, but then you start to look at this. It is the most gorgeous stone. The cameras do not do it justice at all because the light's funky. But when I wear it, there will be people that are like, looking, and it's like, yeah, my eyes are up here. No, they're looking at my moonstone. And it's because it just glows. It looks like it has a light source. And I couldn't find it. And I started kind of freaking out. I got that little, oh no, what happened? And then I had to reassure myself, no, it's in this house someplace. You've put it somewhere, but I couldn't for the life of me figure out where. So I just slept on it and I gave it to Ingrid, my guide in the north, who I look for things or I give it to her and then you got to do something else other than look for it. So I finally remembered, usually what I do is forget that I'm looking for it, go to do something else. You ask for her help and then you go do something else and you'll go right to it. But this time it's like, I know it's here. What did I do? When I was rearranging the collection stacks, I had all kinds of necklaces and stuff hanging from nails on these bookshelves. And some of them were, my mom's that I've just kept. And when I rearranged, I took all of those and put them in this little box and put them in a drawer. So I thought about that, and I couldn't remember that, but my brain was taking me to that drawer, and I went to the drawer, and here's this heap of stuff. And I went through that heap, and I found my moonstone. And so I continued to go through that heap, and now I have the whole, the bulk of that heap that is in a place of this stuff is going. And I have other things that need repaired and other things that, I'm going to keep or I'm going to fix and then get rid of it. And so I've started the process. And part of the process is yesterday and today, I have spent so very little time online. So very little time. So it's breaking that habit. All right. Anyhow, one small step of relief at a time. And it's enough. One small step can be enough every day. All right. Now we have Cultivate Story, and this one is definitely talking about community and coming together. And, the groups of people, these wonderful, lovely, lovely people that we have as friends that have these, music weekends, and you go over and some people camp and you hang out and play euchre and drink and smoke and have a wonderful time. And it's great, but they're all people that, went to school together. They all went to college together. So they have these long stories together. And I don't share those stories with them. Well, I've been going to some of these things for over 20 years now. So now we do have stories. It's not as deep as some of the others, but we do have stories together. Raising our kids and homeschooling them is one of the connections. But story is about community and why you're together and looking at the patterns and the relationships and the purposes. Okay. You are made of moonlight and stories. The night and its wildling creatures know this. When you need a change in your narrative, seek their counsel. Some stories lift you up, encouraging your potential and inherent magic. Other stories limit, diminish, or destroy your worth. You are being asked right now to consider which stories you are listening to and which ones you are telling. This is why I love her decks. The writing is pithy. It's this much, and it's so impactful. Which stories are you listening to, and which ones are you telling? Telling yourself a story of empowerment will bring a surge of energy. Notice how your shoulders relax, your breath deepens, your heart warms. Telling yourself a story of scarcity or disempowerment leaves you tight, small, and cramped, and anxious. While we are very selective about the books we read and the stories we watch on film, we are far less selective about the stories we tell ourselves. Now is the time to question the narratives that you're allowing into the ear of your spirit. Choose the helpful ones. Well, this is much more deep and impactful than I was going. So yeah, what stories are you telling yourself? And are they serving you? Are they true? You know, do the Byron Katie thing. Is it true? Can you be absolutely 100% unequivocally certain that it is true? 3 is, how do you feel when you have that thought? 4 is, who are you without that thought? Who would I be without that thought? So, wow, yeah, big impact. So getting untangled from the stuff, the heaps of stuff, allowing yourself to move through the overwhelm one step at a time, starting with the closest thing that brings relief and allowing yourself to have that relief, and then changing the storyline of, you know, I'm just lazy and I'm a worthless human being that has all this stuff and I can't take care of whatever the story is. Changing the story. I can work through this. I can bring myself relief. I can take one small step at a time and still get there. And then remember the whoopee. This is a very good one. Remember that blanket you had as a child? The one that comforted you with its mere touch, or the special stuffed animal or toy that connected you to your own ease? That feeling is the whoopee, and it is the center of your belonging. Belonging is the center of the universe. Forget about the practical adult world for a while. Embrace the whoopee. The books, films, poems, music, and nature that put you back in touch with your own nature, inspiring you to remember who you really are beyond your own circumstances. That is what's calling you right now. I'm rereading Mists of Avalon for probably, the 40th time or something. That is a comfort food. And my husband and I just started rewatching Buffy again the other day. That is a comfort food. Oh my goodness. Answer. The Little Prince taught us, that which is essential is invisible to the eye. Close your eyes to see. Tell reality to bite it. When you're ready to deal with it again, it'll be waiting for you. You'll always find proof of what you seek. So stop looking at all the ways you don't fit in. It's going back to this one, right? Those stories you're telling yourself. Stop telling yourself those stories and looking for justification for them. I'm a victim, I'm a victim, I'm a victim. See? That's why I'm a victim. See? You know? Refuse to take account of what displeases or hurts or frustrates you. Spend this time falling in love with all the ways you belong to the planet and to your sacred, gorgeous heart. Oh my goodness. Yes, comfort, relief, beautiful, loving words to yourself. Okay, I want to show you something. These. I think I was talking about this on the last live stream, those many weeks ago. You see these little hearts with little holographic mirrors in them and little designs on them? This was the Hogwarts class that I taught about speaking kindly to yourself. And we ended up singing Hey Dude. Remember to feel the love in your heart, then you can start to make it better. And remember to let my loving words in. Then you begin to make it better. And it was just about catching yourself, abusing yourself, verbally abusing yourself, catching yourself in verbal self-abuse, and stopping and saying, so they decorated them with their house colors and stuff, and they wore them around their necks. And when you caught yourself doing that, you could pick it up and say, I'm so sorry. I'm sorry I said that to you. Those were mean words, and they weren't even true. I love you, and I value you, and I really need you. So thanks for being here. Right? So I invite you to do the same thing. Look in a mirror, talk to yourself like somebody you love. Yeah? Change that story. And we can be under overwhelm from the very stories we tell ourselves and the words that we use to keep ourselves down, to keep ourselves disempowered. And the crux of the biscuit with empowerment is it is a self-done job. You empower yourself. Nobody can hand it to you. You have to realize the power yourself. So, laughter, go through the anger, get your boundaries up, recognize who is being a big old meanie, and maybe it's you. Get pissed off about it, but also laugh about it. Tell yourself a new story, reach for the relief, give yourself comfort. You deserve it. Yeah, I love this deck. I love it, I love it, I love it. Learning better how to craft a higher vibrating collective story as well. Amen, Samantha. Yes, absolutely. Craft a higher vibrating collective story. I like those words a lot. That one doesn't want to go. That one didn't want to go back in the deck. Yeah, falling off the bottom, and it is cultivate story. We're going to put that right there, so we don't forget. And now let's take a look at the Palladini. How I love having an appropriately sized deck in my hands. You know how you can tell? I was thinking about doing a video. You see, when you hold a deck, can I do this with it? If I can't do this with the deck, it's too damn big. So many decks I can't do that with. All right. One more, and then we cut. Okay, what do we need to know? What do we need to know to follow on that message of radical change in how we value our, the fourth house is this. It's your emotions. It's ruled by Cancer. The moon, security, safety, feeling loved and safe and secure, with physical boundaries that can get radical. It can get radical and physical, but it's about protecting the emotional. Yep, I was going to say that they've had enough. And there's the Two of Cups. All right. The Tower. The Nine of Swords. The World. Page of Pentacles and the Four of Pentacles. All right. So Two of Cups here, talking about relationship, how we relate to each other, how we express our love. Interdependence. Look at the snakes intertwining. Caduceus. It's healthy. It's healing. Healthy relationships. Notice how the man looks at the woman looks up. Thinking about Hinduism, where it's the woman, and Tibetan Buddhism in direct lineage, and the Shekinah in Judaism, the woman carries spirit. We carry it. And so it is like the ultimate sacrilege that women have been demonized through certain of the Abrahamic religions and others. They're not the only ones, all the other ones, but the carriers. But it's not like one has a claim and the other doesn't. Anyway, let's move on from that. Tower and Nine of Swords. Yeah, we are in duck and cover mode. This is why we really need the whoopee, and why we need to be able to identify where our relief comes from and be able to put our hand to it quickly, because things are rocking and rolling, lots and lots of anxiety. Look at the Tower and the World here. Getting political for a second. Did you hear about the indictments that dropped? Was it yesterday? On this Russian Times news outlet that ceased to be a news outlet a long time ago, but it has been acting as a money laundering disinformation entity. And it has pulled in many, many recognizable people, podcasters and such, influencers from the far right. So we're going to hear a lot more about that. Look at ECM's live stream today, Resistance Live. She read the whole indictment and she said, we are scraping the very tippy tip of the iceberg here. And there's going to be a lot to come. But that it's dropping before the election is really something. So things are shaking and rocking and rolling, and there's a lot of anxiety about it. But look at these two in the middle. What do? We turn to our sources of comfort, people-wise. You know, who can I talk to? Who can I call and just go, I'm losing it. And they can go, yeah, okay, that's okay. And hear us. I hear you. I feel that too. Hey, let's watch a video of toddlers swearing, you know, in order to deal with the anxiety. And then we've got the World and the Page of Pentacles. So he is the practical skills and also the willingness to get the hands working, to get things in motion, to learn. Please teach me, right? I'm going to take a hit for him, and we get the Four of Cups. Look at the fours. It's interesting, when I was shuffling this deck, the Four of Swords and the Four of Wands flipped out. Fascinating. What is four? Fourth house. It's stability. Fourth house is stability. Four square, four corners, four walls, you know? It's very stable and earthbound. So we've got the World and Four of Cups here, and coming next to the Nine of Swords, it really does show that withdrawal, that emotional withdrawal. And there was hold on a second. One that came up in the video. This. Retract. Right? To pull back in the emotional energy that we've extended out here. Pull it back in. And I'm talking about like in close in. And this also has to do with boundaries. That when we start feeling this overwhelm and it's like, I just can't. So we go into a shell. Here's where I'm looking at, who's your buddy? You know, never swim alone. Who's your water buddy that can go into the emotions, that you can talk about the emotional stuff and you can just let fly, and they're not going to freak out and they're not going to be codependent and take it on, try to fix it. They're just going to give you space. You know, that old phrase of holding space. They're going to hold space by listening. I hear you. This is another reason why good boundaries are so vital. Because if you don't have good boundaries and you're codependent, you're going to get hit with that emotion. You're going to feel it. You're going to take it on. You're going to identify with it. You're going to take things personally, right? Healthy boundaries say, that has nothing to do with me. I'm here to witness. I'm here to hear you and witness, and the hearing and the witnessing is what allows someone to get it out and process it. And there's a place, sorry, I have to tighten up the ponytail on the tassel here. Sorry. #autism. And now I short circuited myself. But just, the ability to allow, to listen, to allow, and then, to ask the question, do you need advice? Do you just need an ear? But what I was going to say is we can stuff our head in a pillow and scream. We can have a big old sob in the privacy of our own home and really let that all hang out, because we don't really tend to want to do that with other people. So we can do that by ourselves. But I'm here to tell you that the biggest healing, particularly when it comes to shame the big bad, shame the big ugly, shame the most painful thing that there is, it's helpful to have a witness. And that's what therapy's for. That's what therapists are for. You can go to a therapist and say that thing that has you convinced you're the worst human being that ever walked this earth. And you're not going to lose a friend. It's their job to listen, You can speak that out loud and then let the emotions follow it and cleanse, right? So who's your other? Is it a personal friend, family member, or do you need to find someone that you hire so that you can get this stuff out of your system? Because you need to get this stuff out of your system. Because this can talk about maybe carrying the emotional world on your shoulders. I'm keeping it to myself. I'm not going to let it out. And that's not a healthy thing. And here, Four of Pentacles, we keep that emotions to ourselves. What we're doing is blocking physical energy. Emotions are physical energy. So I am going to continue here. We have the Six of Pentacles, giving, receiving, and the Seven of Pentacles, harvest. All right. So, and here the page, I don't want to smother the Page of Pentacles there, because Page of Pentacles has always to me meant schooling, like something formal. So here's where we do look at someone professional or counseling, something that is sort of a structured setting, not just reading a book, but taking a class, going to someone to be led, to be guided, to be taught, to learn a skill. And the skill could be to how to move through the emotional waters, how to move those through us, through our body, because we can't hold on to it in the body. This can also be talking about holding on to resources, because when things start rocking and rolling and we don't know, we tend to really hang on to resources, and there's absolutely no shame in that. It makes sense, right? But this is talking about when we clamp down on our resources to the point where they don't flow. This is a reminder that they need to go where they need to go. We need to pay our bills so that we can keep the lights on, All right. And then Seven of Pentacles here. I mean, he's looking a bit worried. We're still waiting for the harvest, right? Waiting to see what outcomes are going to be. And there is still a lot of worry and anxiety over here about this shaky state of the world. All right, they're telling me to take one from here. Beware the happy toxins. All right, so when we're going through this, those happy toxins can be the things that make us feel artificially happy, right? Maybe the wrong kind of relief, or the kind of relief that brings problems in its wake. So we have to be aware of that. But, and then we have the Wheel of Fortune. Okay. So, drought and inundation, planting and harvest, wet and dry, hot and cold. The wheel turns, turns, turns. Seven of Pentacles here says we are keeping a close eye on the results of things to see which way it goes. It talks about putting so much energy into the growing of the thing that we're exhausted with it. And there can even be a who cares if it's, abundant or not. I'm fucking exhausted. So we want to beware of that. The Wheel of Fortune says things are changing. It is seasonal organic change. It says the time is now. Change is it. I'm going to take another one and we get the Hierophant. Okay. The law, government, structure. This is structure, learning, teaching, dogma. Okay. So we have to follow, we have to live up to our responsibilities, and we have to do what we have to do with our resources. More is coming in. We're not sure exactly how much because things are changing. Things in the world are rocking and rolling, but what's making them rock and roll? Information coming to light because of the things we're finding out, right? The things that are manifesting, the things that are showing themselves. But at the top of it here comes back down to those personal connections and who is yours? Who is the one that you go to let it out, to say what you need to say? And once again, I have to shout out my husband in deep gratitude because I can go to him and be heard and be held. And it's a wonderful thing. It is a wonderful thing. I wish that for all of you. Wherever you are now, I wish that for all of you. Okay, so let's see here. Anna! Oh my God, I finally got into one of your live streams. I'm so happy you're here too. Yay, welcome. Okay, Samantha, do we have speech to text problems? The skill hoodie to how to move a lot of the time. The skill hoodie to, I don't know what the hoodie part is. The page is a reminder for me to remember to be more playful. Play is how we create. It's not inconsequential energy. I don't see it as inconsequential. I see it as the beginning of, or the curiosity of. Like a Page of Swords is like curiosity, mental, This is openness and curiosity about skills. I need to learn how to do something. I'm taking the first steps into a discipline, but something that is hands-on, more in the physical realm. But yeah, that, within the courts, and hating the courts has been a wonderful teacher within the courts. And sometimes the pages are the earth of whatever the suit is. So he would be the earth of earth. It is the practical steps that you take in order to further your skills, in order to learn. It can be talking about apprenticing, same as the Eight of Pentacles. Okay. Let's see here. Not sure where the first part of that came from. I'm thinking of something I was saying on TV. That's funny. Okay. Hierophant takes us back to the stories we tell ourselves. That's true. The dogma. And this is cultural. These are the cultural stories we tell ourselves. Right? Yeah. These are the ones that are indoctrinated. The indoctrination that we get that feeds the stories we tell ourselves. Do we want to believe the stories to be true? If we do want to believe them to be true, are we walking the walk and not just talking the talk? Okay, yes, exactly. A lot of times society poo-poos play as being inconsequential. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. And, how do we learn from the get-go? When we're children, we play. Children learn through play. It's not wasted time. They have to be sitting and that's this. You have to sit them in rows and teach them this at this time. And, whereas you go into like a Montessori school or a Waldorf school and it is creative play. We give you all the things and let you play and discover, Yes, we can create a kennel for the dogma and the catechisms. That's awesome. Okay, well, very interesting messages from these two decks. I'm sure glad I didn't bring any more because that's because it's been an hour and a half. Oh my God. All right, we're going to do a meditation and shut it down. Mm. The time flies. It just flies when I'm with you guys and when I'm playing. This is my creative play, and I love it so much. And I'm so happy that I am a weirdo and an autistic that has the option of not becoming that kind of adult. In fact, I think I don't have the option of becoming that kind of adult. I, yeah, play is so important to me. And as a musician, too, we don't say that we work music, we play music. It's about playing. So, and play does not have to make money. It can, and I hope that however you make money, okay, quit playing with that. That however you make money, it brings you a sense of play as well. Um, okay, Ali says it's like the blue pill and the red one. Do we choose to awake or choose to sleep? Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, you guys, I mean, this might be a change in lives from here on out, and just paring it down again, the overwhelm, pare it down. And tonight was a relief for me because it's just been too long. It's been too long. And I'm so happy to see you. Maybe I'll be starting at 7 from now on too, because it's, just a little bit earlier, and by 7:30. And when I'm in flare zone, I do a lot of napping in the afternoon and evening. Otherwise, when I'm not in a flare, I don't ever nap. I'm not a napping person. So 7:30 was too late for me. All right. So thank you everybody for showing up and hanging out with me. Slam the like button on your way out, or tickle it gently, whatever you decide to do. And you already have. Isn't that wonderful? So thank you. Hit it if you haven't. Let's do our outro, huh? Wait. I know, bigger myself. Bigger. Wait. There. It's got to be even, don't you know? All right, so come on back down into your body. And first of all, just imagine this piece of earth that wears your name and your face, to feel all of the messages that came through tonight as wonderful, cooling raindrops falling on the earth, and feel them sinking in, feel this earth softening up to receive that wonderful rain. Let each one of those fall and sink in. They will sink deeply into your consciousness, and these lessons will be there for you to access anytime you need them. Anytime you need them. And then while we're sitting here, let us please call to mind all of those that we know, hold on, who are going through tremendous challenges. Please bring their names to your mind. And let's unfold them. And one thing we didn't do? Have a nice full exhale and a nice deep inhale. And on the exhale, push the outer ring of your sphere out to connect the grid. I mean, we're connected because when we come together this way, that's the way we connect, but let's just let that connection hold for now. And feel the little zap you get when suddenly everybody else's energy is also feeding yours in this beautiful flower of life, seed of life grid. So call into this grid all of those that are suffering that you know personally. And feel this energy flowing to them. And then call into this grid those of you that you know, or those that you know of, but you don't know personally, that are suffering. The families in Georgia, the families in Gaza, the families in Israel, the families in Ukraine, the families in California, wherever there are wildfires and earthquakes and floods and storms, all of the unsettled places and all of the people that are being impacted. And we send this healing energy out to all those who are complete strangers, but they're not strangers because they are human beings as well. They are our brothers and sisters on this planet. And we allow that wonderful flow of energy to go to all the beings on this planet. And we extend to those who are not human, the four-leggeds, the creepy crawlies, the ones with fins and scales, the ones with feathers, the standing ones and the stone ones. We send this to the fire at the center of the earth, and we send it to the waters that cover the earth. Healing, healing, healing. And the Two of Cups is presenting itself in my mind again, and so I would like to invite you who are fortunate enough to have that buddy to swim with to maybe reach out to someone who doesn't and to be that buddy for them for a time or for just once when they need it, whatever you're able to extend. See if you can be the one that connects someone with their relief. And now putting your attention at your heart chakra and seeing it begin to glow, this beautiful rose color with green spiraling through it. Feel all this energy that's flowing flow into your heart chakra and out front and back, filling this beautiful seed of life grid with beautiful pink and green energy, soothing, compassionate, loving, accepting, nurturing, healing. And as that flows, send some down into the earth. Any excess that you have, send down into the earth. Let your body keep everything it needs. This happens organically. And the next exhale, make sure it's nice and full. Deep inhale. And push out that outer layer till it expands, wraps around the globe, and flashes out into space, leaving you in your own sphere, and you let that stay according to your own will. It's always there, but any excess goes down into the earth for her blessing, her healing, sending our love to our source. And then come on back into the space, and thank you once again for being here, my dear friends. I hope to see you again next week. I have a big video coming out tomorrow. I'll tell you what it's about. When I started my Patreon, I had levels, and there was a priestess and a goddess level. Which priestess? I can't remember what they were, but it was like the top tiers. And it was videos on astrology, like learning astrology. And the very first one is the Flat Wheel Part 1. It gives you like the base of astrological energy or information, not energy, astrological information in a schematic. And that if you learn this schematic and can internalize it, you can access lots and lots and lots of information. So I am gifting that to you. It's been 4 years since I put it up, and if you're keen to learn astrology, this is the starting point. So you can see that tomorrow. I'll upload it tonight, as a matter of fact. Yes, it is so good to be together again. Catherine, Marcy, Samantha, Roxanne, Allie, Anna, Tavia. Did I get you all? I think I did. Al, thank you so much for being here. I will see you next time, very soon. Until then, I love you. Blessed be.